Sometimes, on-screen romance appears so genuine that it's hard to believe that it's just a performance, and occasionally these performances develop into real-world love. Today we're looking at Hollywood couples that met on set. When they met on the set of That 70s Show, Ashton Kutcher was 19 years old and Mila Kunis was only 14. There was undeniable chemistry between the two young actors, but soon Kutcher married Demi Moore and Kunis got together with Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin. 6 years after That 70s Show went off air, Kunis and Kutcher began dating. By 2015, they were married and they now have two young children together. These days, they live in a sustainable farmhouse and focus on their family rather than show business. Hollywood heartthrobs Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling met on the set of 2011's Place Beyond the Pines. They were first seen together on a date at Disneyland. Though they never officially married, the couple has two children together. Eva Mendes officially retired from acting in 2014, and Gosling opened a Moroccan restaurant in Los Angeles called Tagine. Megan Fox was with actor Brian Austin Green for over a decade. They met on the set of the sitcom Hope and Faith and have three children together. But after divorcing Green in 2020, Fox started dating again. She met rapper Machine Gun Kelly while filming Midnight in the Switchgrass, and they became seriously involved after only 2 weeks. Recently, they made headlines for their public displays of affection at the 2021 VMAs. Back in 2011, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds met on the set of The Green Lantern. They were initially just friends, but a romance quickly developed between the two actors. About a year after Green Lantern had come and gone and we were both single, we went on a double date. She was on a date with another guy and I was on a date with another girl, Reynolds told Entertainment Weekly's Sirius XM show in 2016. That was the most awkward date because we were just like fireworks coming across. They were married in South Carolina in 2012. Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz are widely considered to be two of the most talented and attractive actors in Spanish-language cinema. They first crossed paths on the set of the 1992 film Jamón Jamón. Nearly 2 decades later, they co-starred in the Woody Allen movie Vicky Cristina Barcelona. They began dating on set and were married 2 years later. They now have 2 children and live together in Madrid, Spain. Rachel Weisz met James Bond actor Daniel Craig on the set of Le Gran Horizontale. They got along well, but didn't become romantically involved until she was already engaged to renowned director Darren Aronofsky. In the end, 007 proved irresistible, and they were married in 2011. The celebrated actors are frequently described as one of the most attractive couples in show business, and they live in Brooklyn with their 2 young children. Despite being teenagers when they met on the set of the one and only Genuine Original Family Band in 1968, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn had an immediate rapport with one another. But it wasn't until 15 years later on the set of Swing Shift that they started a real romance. They were married in 1983 and have been together for almost 40 years. In an industry notorious for short-term relationships and divorce, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn continue to prove that true love is possible. All the way back in 1997, Jada Pinkett Smith auditioned for the role of Will Smith's girlfriend on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She didn't get the part, but Pinkett Smith eventually became Will's real-life girlfriend, and they were married soon afterward. The power couple now has 2 children together who are famous in their own right. Their daughter, Willow Smith, has a successful music career, and their son, Jaden, is involved in acting and fashion. Although Benjamin Millepied may not be a familiar face, he met his wife Natalie Portman while working as the choreographer on Black Swan. They currently reside in Los Angeles with their 2 children. Portman continues to focus on acting as she raises her kids, with a reprisal of her role as Jane Foster in Thor: Love and Thunder slated for 2022. Although they met on the set of Game of Thrones all the way back in 2012, Kit Harington and Rose Leslie kept their relationship a secret for many years. Finally, in 2016, Harington divulged to Vogue Italy that they fell for each other while filming the series in Iceland. If you're already attracted to someone and then they play your love interest in the show, it becomes very easy to fall in love, he said. They were married in 2018 and had their first child in February 2021. Both Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar have faded from the limelight in recent years, but once upon a time they were a Hollywood power couple. They met on the set of the 1997 teen slasher flick I Know What You Did Last Summer. They have been happily married since 2002 and frequently co-star in the same movies including Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, Happily Never After, and Star Wars Rebels. Prince and Gellar have 2 children and live in Los Angeles. Vincent Kartheiser's breakthrough role was Pete Campbell on the highly acclaimed show Mad Men. Alexis Bledel is primarily known for her role in the comedy drama Gilmore Girls. They didn't meet until Bledel had a brief guest role on Mad Men. The couple stayed professional and waited until 2 months after filming to start dating. After that, things moved fast. They were engaged less than a year later and married in California in June 2014. By fall 2015, their son was born. Both actors are notoriously private and avoid giving interviews, but by all indications, they are happily married in New York City. Blake Shelton was already one half of a country music power couple when he met Gwen Stefani on the set of The Voice. He was married to country legend Miranda Lambert for 4 years, but they divorced in 2015. Soon afterward, Shelton announced he was dating pop star Gwen Stefani. They dated for 5 years and ultimately tied the knot on July 3, 2021. Stefani has moved on from The Voice, but they are still together after several years. Sometimes on-screen romance can be so convincing that actors fall in love in real life. That was the case for acclaimed actors Alicia Vikander and Michael Fassbender. They played lovers in the drama The Light Between Oceans and made their first appearance as a couple at the 2016 Golden Globe Awards, where Vikander was nominated for her performances in Ex Machina and The Danish Girl, and Fassbender was nominated for Steve Jobs. According to Fassbender, the chemistry was immediate, the spark, the intensity. I said early on, this girl frightens me. She's so fierce and brave. It kind of bowled me over. The Coen brothers are some of the most celebrated writers and directors in cinema. They are behind such classics as The Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, and Burn After Reading. Actress Frances McDormand is one of their most frequent collaborators, starring in 8 of their films. McDormand and Joel Coen met on the set of Blood Simple, the very first Coen brothers movie ever produced. They got married in 1986 and adopted a son from Paraguay in 1996. Kirsten Dunst has dated a number of actors over the years, including Jake Gyllenhaal and her on-the-road co-star Garrett Hedlund. But in 2016, she met Jesse Plemons on the set for the Fargo TV show. The couple is technically unmarried, but they have 2 children together and they split their time between LA and New York City. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are easily one of the most iconic couples in show business. They have been married for more than 3 decades and have 2 grown children together. Hanks and Wilson met on the set of the sitcom Bosom Buddies, which served as the breakout role for both actors. In addition to their 2 children, Hanks and Wilson also have 3 grandchildren. Wilson is of Greek descent, and in 2019, the president of Greece made them honorary Greek citizens for their humanitarian aid in the country. Judd Apatow is one of the most renowned comedy producers of all time. Movies like The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Superbad, Anchorman, and The Big Sick are modern comedy classics. He met actress Leslie Mann while filming the 1996 movie The Cable Guy, starring Jim Carrey. They were married the next year and have 2 daughters. Their oldest daughter, Maud Apatow, has become a famous actress in her own right, starring in films like Other People and The King of Staten Island.